What's up, everybody? Ricky Carruth here. Welcome back to another episode of Real Coaching in Real Time, where I bring agents on from all over the world, really, to come on and chat with me live, do some real coaching in real time. It is just what it's called, real coaching in real time. We do this in real time, real action. It's live. I don't know what these guys are going to ask me. I have no idea. And today we got I think this is going to be a pretty interesting show. Let's just say it like that. It's going to be a pretty interesting show. Probably the most dysfunctional group I've had on since I started the program. So I'm real interested to see how this plays out. But yeah, I just want to give a shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into all my stuff. I hope my content really brings you tons of value. I'm just figuring out the new app, Clubhouse, right? So you guys go follow me on Clubhouse, and I'm going to be doing events there once or twice a week, answering questions. Same thing I'm doing here, just trying to bring you guys as much value as humanly possible. So just search me there and follow, so you can get notified every time I'm in a room talking my smack. So yeah, I got the hat on. I'm feeling good, right? It looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, congrats to the Crimson Tide, them boys once again, right? 18 in the house. Nick Saban with number 7, greatest of all time, like literally the GOAT. Like the dude is literally like the definition of GOAT is a picture of Nick Saban. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, a picture of Nick Saban is right next to the GOAT. And no, it's serious. Like not even laughing, real talk and stuff. He's the GOAT. There's no. And then the funniest thing about that is that the other night when he hit number 7 and the greatest of all time, all he was doing was surpassing another GOAT, the Bear Bryant, another Alabama great who was the GOAT that our newest GOAT took the throne from. It's like a battle of the GOATs kind of deal. Man, it's wild, but the guys are laughing in the background. But I want to bring our agents on one at a time and let them introduce themselves. But I just want to give a big shout out to everybody. Just all the love I get from you guys, right? Every single day, Instagram DMs, comments, shares, likes, just everything. Messages I get from you guys telling me how much you're crushing it, using my stuff and strategies. And it's a real humbling experience for me. I can tell you that straight up. So let's bring our guys on one at a time.
What's up, guys?
What up, man? How you doing, bro?
Good, man. Great to be here.
Yeah, man. Glad to have you, man. Tell everybody who you are, how long you've been selling, where you're at, all that good stuff.
I'm over here in Atlanta, Georgia with Harry Norman Realtors. Been selling about 3 years, like kind of like Ricky, got in out of high school. And, this is the first year I've really been kind of crushing it. So super grateful for Ricky, all of his content. Yeah, man, that's a little bit about me.
Oh, cool, man. I look forward to chatting with you in just a second. Here's our guys there. Skylar, let's bring Skylar out.
What's good, man? Thanks for having me, Ricky. How you doing, man?
Yeah, 100%, man. Good to see you, bro. Tell everybody who you are, what you do,
yep.
How long you've been doing it.
So my name is Skylar Brillante. I'm also in Atlanta, Georgia with Ian. We're actually at the same company, funny enough, Harry Norman. And I've been doing it for about going on 2 years now. And similar thing, I've been starting to have a lot of success more recently. And I got to thank you for a lot of it. So appreciate you, man.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Glad to have you on the show. Looking forward to talking with you in a second.
You too, man.
All right, let's bring my guy, Ricky Nelson.
Hey, what's up, Ricky?
How you doing, man?
Thanks so much for having me, man. I'm Ricky Nelson. I'm here in Russellville, Arkansas. I'm with EXP Realty. Been a realtor for about 5 years now. Man, started out hot and then cooled off. Now I'm chilled. So I'm starting over in my career, brother.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. So how long did you say you've been selling?
About 5 years, my 5th year.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in the business for 5 years now, which I'm part-time now. which I've always been full-time, but now being part-time, dealing with things normally didn't have to deal with as a full-time agent. But like I said, starting it over.
I hear you, man. I look forward to speaking with you in just a second.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's our guys, our agents that are on the show today. Yeah, and also if you guys, if there's anything I can do for you, right? So just so you guys know, if this is the first time you see me somehow, some way, just know that I don't charge you a dime. I'm not one of these guys that's out there trying to charge people and, buy my course, buy my this, buy my books, buy my strategy, buy all this stuff, right? It's all completely free. I'll do anything I can do to help you. I answer every single Instagram DM. That's the best place to get me, just to say hi or to ask a question or let me know what's up. That's kind of the central location that I answer every single message every day. That's one place that you're for sure able to get a hold of me if there's something that I can do for you. And yeah, I mean, if you guys missed one of the webinars I did earlier a couple of weeks ago, I think the most fire piece of content that I've ever done outside of my daily podcast. Like I think my daily podcast is literally the most fire that I put out, period. But outside of that, as far as like a video content, the circle prospecting webinar, I'm told, was the fieriest piece of content, the best piece, the most inspirational and motivating and tech strategy and the whole 9 yards, game plan that I have put out there. And there's a link in the description for that. If you guys missed it, go watch it. That way you can absorb some of that energy, guys. It's all about being around people that are doing big things, right? If you want to go to the next level, you got to be around somebody that is at the next level or is striving to do really, really big things because they got a different kind of energy about them, right? So just being around bigger energy people that's thinking bigger, right? Like the stuff that I have going on up here, like small thinking people can't even wrap their head around what I got going on up here because I'm just thinking so big in terms of what I can do worldwide, what I can do generationally, right? And the things that I think are going to happen based on what I'm doing for generations to come. And that's the way I look at it. And I believe all is possible, anything that you put your mind to. So I'm going to bring each agent on one at a time to just chat it up, whatever you guys want to talk about. I'd love to get some really good questions. That's really what I'm after. That's really what's going to bring the most value to our audience here. So before I bring everybody out, go ahead and smash that like button for these guys who are putting themselves out there, showing their vulnerabilities, if they're sharing something or if they're asking a question, basically showing their weaknesses right in front of the whole world. So be sure to hit that like button to show them that you really appreciate them doing that. And let's bring Ian back out.
What's up, guys? Appreciate you having me, Ricky. Like, big fan. Listen to most all of your content. So it means a lot to have me on here. So I do have a few fire questions for you. And I'm going to start off kind of about I know you got a daily list, a rolling list that you keep of just stuff you got to get done and keep on trucking. So I had, I'm pretty good with that. I got a little daily list going, but I want to ask you, when you talk with somebody and they're like, man, I'm not looking to make a move, but you get their email and, they're looking at your emails and whatnot. When do you start to kind of follow up with them and see where they're at?
So the scenario is that you've called them, you got their email, you're sending them emails for 6 months, a year, whatever, and you notice they're opening certain things. When do you follow up? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, or they're saying, oh, we're never going to leave here, but that's my email. So do you ever keep following up with them or just get them on your email and that's it?
That's it, man, because here's the thing. You want your business to be an attraction business, right? You don't want to be chasing every single person. You want people chasing you. And so if you start controlling your business in a way that you literally allow them to call you when they get ready and reach out to you and let you know that they're ready to do something. Maybe they just reply to an email. Hey, Ricky, we're thinking about doing this. Or maybe they call you, or maybe they text you, or maybe they Facebook you, or whatever they do. But they reach out to you and say, hey, we're thinking about doing this. What do you think? Or can you come by and look at it? Or can you show us these few houses? Or whatever the case may be. I'm waiting on that. And so my thing is I want to accumulate so many people in my market who knows who I am, right? I got 2 machines going. I got a machine that puts me in front of directly as many people in my market as possible, one-on-one connections, whether it be voice to voice, in person, direct message, emails, whatever it is. I want to have a machine in place where I'm talking to, in some form or fashion, as many people in my market as possible on a one-on-one level, right? Understanding what their motivations are, what they're thinking about doing, why they're thinking about doing stuff, when they want to do stuff. And then this other machine that's building my personal brand with those people. When I make that great first impression, now I throw them in my personal branding machine, which is my weekly email, right? And that just continues to let them know, never forget who I am, basically. So I make this great first impression. Maybe they want to do a deal today or not, doesn't matter. If they want to do a deal today, great, let's work the deal. If not, here, I'll stay in touch with you via email. Now they never forget about me and they call me when they get ready to do something. And I'm just continuing to move forward, right? I'm just straight ahead, dude, full steam ahead that way. And so, I mean, as a newer agent, as a 1-year agent, as a 2-year agent, maybe you don't have a lot of people in your database and you feel like, hey, maybe I need to comb back through my database and just check on a few people and call them. That's fine. But when you get up to where you have 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 people in your database, you can't make that many calls. You can't comb through that. Now you could pick out your top 50 and your top 100 and you can try to reconnect with them once a year or something like that. But dude, if you're going to be this huge agent and you're going to get to 2,000 in your database, 5,000, 10,000, you're going to be closing so many deals. You're not going to have time to follow up with anyone. You're going to have so much business coming in, right? Because of what you created. See what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. And all the referrals off that. So it kind of snowballs for sure. And I'm starting to see that I'm on like 600 people are getting my email, probably 100, 200 people are opening it.
Yeah. That's good, man. See, you're on the right track.
For sure.
You're building it, man. You're in like mid build, like you're building the foundation, and you just kind of keep moving. You try to get to 1,000 and you just keep going. You get to 2,000. And it starts to kind of organically grow because at some point you start getting tons of referrals and they get added into your database. You know what I mean?
For sure. Oh yeah. And once you're getting listings or you're calling buyers using that same script, things just are magic, man. That's when the magic's happening. Mm-hmm. So I hear you talking about a lot about, how to get the business and just, a lot of circle prospecting, but how are you, handling your deals? That's kind of what I wonder. I guess my question for you is how are you scaling? Because I'm starting to see where it can get a little drastic, where I might need to hire on an assistant or say, just taking that time. I know you follow up about once a week with every one of your listings, but how do you basically, how are you taking care of that? You hire on an assistant, I imagine?
You have to, man. You have to. When you get to a certain point, you have to have an assistant. So I've had my current assistant's been with me for 7 years. And like a great assistant will double your income overnight, right? And so, it's just facts because all the administrative stuff you were doing, you now hand over to them. Of course, there's a transition period. You got to train them. You guys got to learn how to work together as a team to really, hit the end goal. So there's a transition period, but year over year, you're going to double your income if you get a good assistant that actually takes all that off your shoulders and you're able to totally 100% focus on people, right? And just staying in front of people and just doing deals. There's 4 really, the most important activities are showing property, negotiating deals, writing contracts, and going to listing appointments. Those 4 activities are at the very top, right? If you can do those activities, right, and then in between those activities, make calls. If you're able to make calls to create more business and do those 4 activities, just 8 hours a day, right? And then he or she does everything else, then look at where you'd be, where you're just full time putting deals together and helping more people and you're able to help more people and do more deals. So yeah, absolutely, man. I have an assistant that handles everything, right? She handles every little piece of it. I just handle the 4 things I talked about there, right? I handle negotiating deals, writing contracts, going to listing appointments, and showing property. That's what I do, right? With a little bit of follow-up with the people that see I practice what I preach. I do my weekly email and I deal with the people that call me. I'm not calling them, following up, seeing who wants to do stuff. They call me when they get ready. And now they're on my list here of somebody that wants to do something soon. I start working the process. Why do they want to do it? When do they want to do it? How do they want to do it? And I start following up accordingly and putting a game plan together for them and getting the deal done. So I'm showing property, negotiating, writing contracts, and going to listing appointments. So yeah, that's the only 4 activities I do, mixed with a little bit of follow-up. See what I'm saying?
For
So
sure,
that's
dude.
that's the system you have to put in place. You put that system in place, you can double your income overnight.
Oh, yeah. Ricky, I got 2 more questions for you. I want to know, I'm starting to make videos and trying to push out content, and man, it seems like you are going hard at that. So, where are you getting that drive to just push stuff out? Podcasts every day. You're always on live doing these right now. Like, where's that coming from, man? Did you just start getting comfortable doing it?
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're asking me a couple of different things. Am I comfortable doing it, and how to get the drive, and how am I doing it type deal. So, I mean, it's all baby steps, right? So if you look at what I'm doing right now, you say, holy God, wow, like how in the world do you do all that stuff? But what people don't want to think about or talk about or look at is the fact that I solely did real estate and focused on making real estate a powerhouse business for 15 years. Of course, through that time, I lost everything, went back to roof and did all that, but I was still in real estate. I was still trying to figure it out. I was still studying. I was still watching the market. So even though I was out of it in terms of like actually working it day to day and closing deals, I was still in it, right? I don't consider myself that I was ever out of real estate, right? Even though I did go do other things for a while to stay on my feet. But the whole 15 years from 2002 to 2017 was solely focused on being the best real estate agent in the world. Right. And nobody wants to really talk about the 15 years. See, you're 3 years in, right? I'm talking about 15 years. I didn't do anything else. I didn't do any content. I didn't do any social media, no social media. Go to my Instagram and go down all the way to my very first post, January 2017. I didn't have a Facebook. I actually started my Instagram account. I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have any of this. I didn't do it all. Why? Because I was so focused on real estate and building that business. And so when you look at it now, you see all these layers. You see, oh, he's selling 100 properties, and then he's posting on all these channels, and he's doing all these podcasts, and he's writing books, and he's going live, and he's doing this, and he's doing that. But what people don't understand is that I baby stepped into every situation. I conquered the real estate world, right? And then I said, okay, I'm going to write a book. And then I said, okay, I'm going to start Instagram. I'm going to work on my Facebook a little bit. These were all baby steps that I took one at a time. And then over time, there's so many layers that I've stacked on top of each layer that you look at it at this point in time and you say, holy Moses, right? But people don't understand that I have just strategically, I've just swooped in very, I'm trying to think of a good word for it, but I've just, it's been very methodic, right? Very methodically. I've put this together, and I've been very patient. I haven't tried to do anything the quick way, the easy way. I haven't tried to take any shortcuts, and I've just stacked one layer on top of one layer on top of one layer. And every time I stack a layer, I make sure that that layer is right before I move on to another layer, right? And that's why I'm able to do all the things I do in a day and still close 100 deals a year, because I know that that layer of the 100 deals is right. It's sitting there just boom. It's like just a fine diamond, a perfectly cut diamond. You know what I mean? So that's what you need to think about when you think about all the things that I'm doing. You need to think about how long I've been doing it, and you need to look at the path that I took and how each layer kind of structured itself on top of each layer.
Those habits every day.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of brings me to my next question. Like, I want to get a little deep here, man. I want to know about the real Ricky Carruth, I
thought we were about as deep as it can get, man, but let's go.
Oh, dude, we're going deeper.
Okay.
I've heard a lot about your story. You get up early and you go get it. You got a beautiful family, but I want to hear a little bit more about like how you got there. Like, what's your circle looking like? Getting sober. Like, I want to hear about all those juicy details, man. Put me on.
Well, I mean, as far as getting sober goes, that's something I struggled with for a while. Weed was my real problem. I just couldn't quit. Like I wanted to quit so many times and I couldn't quit. That was the real problem. Now, alcohol, I drank a lot, and like, trust me, I'm one of these guys that I have to be the best at anything I do. Right. So like when I grew up, I was the best. I had to be the best basketball player, football player. I had to be the best in school with my grades. Everything I have to be the best, right? When I got in real estate, I had to be best. When I was roofing houses, working on an oil rig, everything, everything is a competition, and I got to be the best at every single thing. So that wasn't any different when it came to drinking and partying and doing stuff like that. So I would go out and I would do my thing, and that went on for a good 20 years. I live in a very small beach town. That's where I grew up. And there's 7 million people that visit this place in the summertime, but it's like a ghost town in the winter. And there's nothing to do for us locals. And if you're a teenager and you're early 20s, you're itching to do stuff. There's really nothing to do especially with your friends, except for, we went fishing and go to bars and drink and stuff and hang out and have fun and watch football and stuff like that. So I kind of got caught up in that lifestyle, which that lifestyle lives anywhere, right? As people of that age, that lifestyle lives anywhere. But at the end of the day, to make a long story short, I went as hard as I could go for so long and wanted to quit for a while and just never really could do it. And finally one night, actually, I almost died from an overdose. And, I was laying in bed and I was like, okay, this is it. Like if I wake up tomorrow, I will never touch anything ever again, right? I will never touch any drug, any alcohol, not a single drop, nothing. If I wake up the next day, and I was just like, please God, let me wake up the next day. Right. And then next day I woke up and I was like I'm alive. How, you know what I mean? Cause I didn't go to the hospital or anything like that. Like I was just at my house. And I literally was surprised, so happy, so scared, so everything. I was every emotion you could think of. And I literally threw everything I had away. I never touched, never. That was April 30th or 28th, whatever the last day of April, 2014. The last day of April, 2014. And man, after that, for the next year, hell, we went to concerts. I went to Jamaica. We went to Mexico, all kinds of different things. I was around all kinds of alcohol, drugs, all kinds of stuff. And I still was kind of hanging out with that crowd just a little bit. Like when you quit drinking and stuff, there's a transition period where you still kind of a little bit hang out with your drinking buddies for a second, but then it's not the same. You're not drinking, you want it to be the same, but it's not. And then they're drinking, and then next thing you know, you're just not hanging out with them at all anymore. Now you have a new circle of friends. And I'm telling you, it's been amazing, to be honest with you, bro. I mean, I can remember things. I know where I'm at, and to me, it's a lot more fun. I have more fun. I feel like I'm not so numb, to things and stuff like that. But I'll be honest with you, bringing it back full circle, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for me quitting drugs and alcohol, because I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have cared to try to.
And we lost you, man.
Save the industry or share what I know. Am I back? Yo.
Yeah, you're back now.
So yeah, I mean, all you care about I wouldn't have cared about trying to help agents and stuff. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing social media. I wouldn't feel comfortable in front of a camera, drunk and high and stuff. Like it wouldn't work. You know what I mean? I couldn't have sat down and wrote a book. You know what I mean?
For sure. And that kind of leads me to my next thing. It seems like you started switching up in your circle, so just being around people that are bringing you up and not bringing you down. It's kind of like, how's your day look? I mean, I imagine you're pretty busy with, holding your real estate business together, then coaching, then with your family. Do you have friends, Ricky?
Yeah, man. Like, with COVID, it's really different this year. You know what I mean? It's really different in terms of like hanging out with people physically, totally different ball game, so, this past year, everybody's been isolated, it's been a strange go as far as like socially, but at the end of the day, absolutely, man. Like, I my family in here, right? Like at 5 o'clock, I'm done and it's like all about them, and I'm like, my daughter's 1 year old and I'm having so much fun. Like what, like it's such a fun age right now. She's doing so many cool little things and new things all the time and stuff. And she's real funny and stuff. So, everything's just kind of focused on them right now, to be honest with you. Um, but yeah, I wake up early, I work out, I do my DMs, and I work all day. My real estate is really a side gig at this point. 2 deals a week. Me and my assistant, we do 2 deals a week in our sleep. It's no pressure at all. There's no like, it's not like we're not like losing our mind or anything. This is just like, this is easy peasy as far as like the real estate part of this goes. Where I'm really pushing is the coaching business, and the content and the videos and the podcasts and the coaching calls and everything else, and I'm really, putting everything I have into building that up because that's where I'm going to make the biggest impact, in the world. And, after I'm gone and the legacy I'm going to leave and everything. So that's what I'm more focused on at this point.
Well, man, I got one more thing for you. I want to talk about, and I don't mean to pocket watch you at all, but I want to talk about your investments and kind of, I've heard you talk some about your flips and holding on to rentals. So I want to hear a little bit more about that and kind of like, your retirement plan. Will you ever quit selling real estate?
Yeah. Yeah, eventually. Right. I've been doing it for 20 years now. So yeah, I'll know when the time's right. Yeah. I'm not going to sell real estate forever. Nobody is, you know what I mean? When will I quit? I don't know. I keep saying like I could quit now, and I keep telling myself, oh, I just need to, transition. But then somebody calls me and I go do another deal, and somebody calls me, I go do another deal. So I'll probably be telling you guys for years, I'm going to quit selling and just go all in with coaching and speaking for years and then just never do it, just keep doing deals. Cause like I say, I can do it standing on my head. It's not it's because it's all repeats and referrals. I have a huge book of business. All my clients, we just work really well together. We know how to do it. We know what we want. We know the game. And, it's just, it's the way I've built the business. You know what I mean? That makes it so easy. So I don't know, but yeah, in terms of flips, I buy stuff on the courthouse steps, when it comes up, I'll buy them, fix them up, flip them. I have partners that we do that with. And then if I see something good, I'll buy it and hold on to it as a rental. I've got beachfront condos. I've got duplexes. I've got fourplexes. I've got single family homes, and I don't know why. I have them, they're more trouble than they're worth. I mean, you got to fix them. You got to rent them. You got to, but
you manage them as?
What's that?
You manage them?
Yeah.
Yourself? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing to it. I mean, they just send you a check every month and call you if something's wrong. I mean, it's not a big deal or anything, All
right. Well, man, Ricky, I appreciate you, dude. Like, relationships over transactions and changed my life, Ricky, just sticking to the motions, doing everything. And you really put me on some serious games. So everything you do, and probably, thousands of people can say that. So you're, we appreciate it, man, for sure.
Yeah, 100%, man. Good chatting with you for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Skyler.
What is up? How you doing, man?
Man, I never thought that was going to end, bro.
Man, so me and Ian are actually close buddies. I said that at the beginning of this, and we talk a lot. So yeah, man, Ian can talk your ear off if he wants to.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, man, I'll try and make mine concise and quick. But
good.
Cool. So I've got a situation going on with a particular client of mine. They're buyers. They're out a little bit farther than where I typically like to drive. And I'm newer to the business. You heard at the beginning of this. So when I cold called them and they told me they were, out in a location that I don't usually do business in, but I said, hey, you guys are ready to go right now? Shoot. I'm new. I'll help y'all out. And so I'm helping them out. I'm driving a little bit farther than I need to compared to the rest of my clients. And the market is so hot in this area. And I didn't know because I'm not familiar with this area. And we're writing multiple contracts every single weekend and not getting anything. And it just feels like we're going nowhere. So I've had real conversations with them about, hey, maybe we need to wait off for right now, wait till the market settles down a little bit. And they just keep going. So my question is, I feel like at a point, I'm curious to get your opinion on, do you feel like they might be sucking up a little bit too much of my time where I could be spending that with clients that I'd only drive 20 minutes to versus an hour there and an hour back to? And is there a point where you'd ever feel like there might be a reason to, I don't want to use the word fire a client, but say, hey guys, I feel like I'm not doing you as good of a service. I feel like you guys would do better with an agent in your area. And that would kind of, give me more time to actually focus on the clients that are close by me, as opposed to making these long drives out and back and, taking up about 4 hours of my day to show them 3 properties. So just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on that, or if you ever had any experience like that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just, it comes down to a situational basis, you don't know, there's more to it than that. It's like what's the future of this prospect, and what, who do they know? Who are we connected with? Where could this relationship lead us? You know what I mean? I mean, the value of the relationship may be worth way more than the hour drive you have to drive or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So situationally, could be worth it. So I don't know. That's something you got to decide, is this situation, are these clients, the price range of the house, are we really going to, is it how for sure is the deal, so on and so forth. But generally speaking,
Oh, you froze up.
what's the most likely scenario? Am I back?
You're back now. Yeah, you're good.
So yeah, like if I have somebody that's an hour away, I'm going to refer them. There's no doubt I'm going to refer them, even back in the day when I'm building my business, because I think about an hour there, that in today's world, that's 80 dials, right? An hour back, that's another 80 dials. We're talking about 160 dials. We're talking about 160 dials. And that's just going there one time. If I'm going to do a deal over there, I'm probably going to go over there more than once. I probably got to go over there maybe twice, 3 times, 4 times a lady. Like, I don't know how many times I'm going to actually go over there. So, and that's
I'm starting to think I need to like cold call on my drive there and cold call on my drive back or something so I can, utilize the time well. But I think I learned my lesson. I think I'm not going to do that in the future. And I agree with you. I think in the future, we'll just refer it out. And I think this is just one of those lessons that you need to learn. So
get a Tesla, put it on autopilot, right? Put it on autopilot. And then, yeah, make calls the whole time.
Yeah. How you been liking the Tesla? You've been using autopilot?
Yeah. I love the Tesla. I definitely suggest everyone get a Tesla, because it's a good ride. It's smooth. It's, it's very, very, you just feel it's a good feel, it's just a good vehicle. So
yeah,
for sure.
Awesome, man. Well, back to the real estate stuff. So next question, this year, like I said, I'm starting to produce a lot. And this is, the first time I started closing homes and everything. And it's kind of, I'm a real hard worker and I'm seeing it really pay off right now. And it's kind of like me, like drinking out of a fire hose. Like I'm getting calls left and right. I'm doing deals like faster than I can keep up with, and I'm managing it all and handle it all. But I guess my question that I'm getting to is, I'm starting to make a good sum of money, more money than I've ever made in my life off of any other job. And my question for you is, I've got ideas on it, but, what advice would you give a new agent who's starting to make 6 figures when they've never made that in their whole life? And, maybe they've never had to manage that type of money before. And what would you say to that? Or what would you kind of talk about?
Well, I mean, do you have an LLC?
No, I was going to see if you had any advice on that. Or
okay, so you need to get an LLC. You need to have a bank account, right? You need to have have your CPA convert that LLC to an S corporation.
Okay.
right? And so you'll save on the Social Security taxes, not the Social Security taxes that on the income that you pay yourself, because you will have to pay yourself an income out of the LLC. The IRS will want to see you pay yourself a salary at the end of the year or whatever, and you'll have to pay Social Security taxes on that money, but you won't have to pay Social Security on taxes on the rest of your taxable income that's still held by the LLC. So that saves you a good 15% on that taxes, which ends up being a lot of money. And then the more money you make each year, the more money you're saving with that little situation. So that's the first thing I would say, just so you can save on those Social Security taxes. And then, I mean, from that point, you need to kind of realize that 100,000 just pays the bills, right? You're not making any money. That's just breaking even. You know what I mean? After you pay taxes and pay a little marketing and pay your expenses and pay your living costs, you're done. You're back down to zero. So you're basically just breaking even on life at this point, and you need to treat it like that. You need to realize you need to put it away, put some back for taxes. And then, if you need to pretend like it's not there, pretend like it's not there, because, I don't know what your aspirations are, but mine is 20, 30 million a year. Okay. And, if I'm making 100,000 a year, I'm not making anything. You know what I'm saying? And I know $100,000 is a lot of money to a lot of people. And so please don't act like I'm downplaying it. I'm just saying it is just numbers in your bank account. It doesn't mean anything. When you get to $1 million in income, you're going to turn around and you're going to realize that doesn't mean anything. Because what happens when you make $1 million? That next day after you make $1 million, you have to get up even earlier and work even harder than you worked before you made the $1 million. I've worked harder every single year. The more money I make, the harder I work every single year, right? It has not failed at all whatsoever. The more money I make, one year, not the year that I made the money, I worked hard to make the money, but I have to work even harder after I make the money that next year. And I have to work harder and harder and harder every single year. So when you get to that, when you finally realize that the more money, this is a good one. First time I ever said this, right? The more money you make, the harder you have to work. So when you start to understand that, okay, and then you're looking at your 100,000, you need to say to yourself, okay, here we go. I got to work even harder now. And then you make 200, and then you got to work even harder now. And now we make 450, and then we work even harder now. And then we make 500. Then we work even harder now. See, and you work harder and harder the whole way up. But that's the only way that you're actually going to exponentially grow is if you keep pushing yourself each year. Because if you plateau, like if you get up to a certain income level and then you just want to plateau and you're good with 100,000, or you get up to 400 and you're good at 400, you're good, you're done, right? Then fine. Just breeze on through. Don't work any harder. Just coast through life and just make your little 400,000 and go to the crib, right? But if you see, I'm on another level because I'm trying to influence and inspire and push everybody in the industry to a whole nother level. So I'm in a different place. It's my responsibility, since I know that I can do it. I can't go to sleep at night not giving it everything I have to inspire people to be the best person they can be. I can't go to sleep at night knowing that I didn't do it because I know that I can. So, hey, it's all about whatever somebody's aspirations are and kind of where they want to be. Everybody's different. I have an agent that literally told me, I just want to make 100,000. That's all I want to make, Ricky. 100,000 a year. Like I've had several people say, I don't want to make $1 million, Ricky. I just want to make 200,000 a year. I've had several people tell me that. I have people say, I just want to make 500. I just want to make this. I just want to make that. Listen, everybody's different. Not everybody wants to or has the aspiration, to the ambition to, conquer, and really go to places that most people never see, but I do, so that's what keeps pushing me. But I can't go to sleep at night knowing if I didn't try. So I don't know, man. It just depends on what your aspirations are.
Makes sense. But I appreciate you saying that. I think my takeaway from that is definitely get me an LLC this year and see about converting it to an S corp. And then from there, just putting as much money away as possible, which is what I've already been doing. And then I'm similar to you. I've got, crazy big goals that maybe some people could never fathom. And so I'm with you. I'm not going to just stop at, that first 6-figure mark. But
Yeah.
I like your take on that. It kind of, the more money you make, it pushes you to work even harder and even harder and even harder. And don't let it stop you, if you have those goals to go so big, So I appreciate that.
one day I might hit an income level where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna ride this out. Right.
20 million.
Yeah. Like I'll hit it. So,
Yeah.
sooner or later I'm going to hit a level and I'm gonna be like, okay,
Yeah.
adios amigos. Right. But until that day comes, I'm grinding.
Yeah, man. And then, just like one last question. Since you've been starting the Diamond Group and everything, I know that's got to be kind of like what Ian was talking about. It's adding to your whole routine of the day, and it's still baby steps, like you were saying. It's a little thing that you're adding in, but it's still more time out of your day that you're taking out to focus on your Diamond Group. How have you been like time blocking for setting aside time for your sales business and then your coaching business and then your Diamond Group, which is probably somewhat a part of your coaching business, but just curious on how you set aside time for both avenues.
Well, it's all kind of lumped together, right? I don't really set aside time for anything. What I do is, in the mornings when I wake up and answer all my DMs, right? And then I work out for a little while. Then I eat breakfast, take a shower, then I'm working. So what I do is I have 2 columns on my sheet now, right? I have a sheet that has to do with coaching and podcasts and, training and my team and stuff. And then I have a list of the real estate stuff that I'm up to today. And so I just knock out the list. Some stuff is little and I can just take care of it right then. Other things are actually long calls that I'm involved in or an hour-long podcast and stuff like that. So, it's just kind of, there's not really a rhyme or reason to it. What I try to do, okay, here's, I guess, a takeaway. What I try to do is I try to keep it very simple, man, because when you have so many things going on, like I have going on, things can get out of control really quickly. You can have a list, all the way up to your elbows and just drown in things to do and tasks and people to get back to and stuff like that. So I do my best to keep everything very simple so that I stay level headed. Right. And I try to manage my emotions. I don't try to get too excited when great things happen. I get happy and I'm excited. I want to celebrate and everything. But I don't get overly excited. I don't let myself physically and emotionally get overly excited for things when they go really, really right. And I try not to let myself go too low when things go really, really bad. I try to maintain a good emotional balance so that I can pace myself over the years. Because like everything that I'm doing, I'm thinking 4 years out, right? Everything I'm doing, I'm thinking 3, 4, 5 years away. And even 1 year, 2 year, 3 years out. And so I have to emotionally pace myself to be able to keep the pace of what I'm doing on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So, you just have to take it as it comes. I got so many things getting thrown at me on a daily basis. You just take it and I try to handle it the best way I can. And, the things I don't get done, I don't get done. But, it's one of those things, man, you throw enough at the wall, something's going to stick.
Yeah, that's my biggest, I think, philosophy I've taken a lot away from you, but I think like what you said, just throwing enough at the wall till you just kind of get something. It's what I've noticed too. It's kind of that business of attraction. You call enough people, you build enough relationships, they'll just start kind of coming to you. And I like what you said about how since you got the Diamond Group going, you kind of have 2 separate lists now. I think that's something that I took away from it, is that maybe an easier way for you to divide it in your mind is you have one list going for the Diamond Group, so to speak, and then one list going for your sales business. So I appreciate that. Yeah, that helps out a lot.
I try to keep it to where there's only like 5 items on each list, 5 things I'm working on for real estate, 5 things I'm working on for coaching and my team and stuff. I don't really want to go much more than that, cause it starts to get murky, it just starts to get murky. So the universe rewards hard work, right? If you're just working hard in one area and you're just really, really, really working hard, Okay. The universe may reward you in that area, or it may be in another area. And you think, oh, well, this area I'm working on didn't really do anything for me, but I got this. No, that's actually the universe telling you, hey, way to go. You know, you really worked hard. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you this listing. We're going to give you a couple buyers that are going to actually follow through. And my thing is if you don't have the listings you want, if you don't have the business you want, if you're not making the money you want, that's the universe trying to tell you something. You haven't put enough work in. You're not working hard enough, or you haven't worked long enough. You haven't hit that threshold of the amount of work that it takes to actually hit those results.
Definitely. Yeah. I remember way back when we had talked on the phone at one point, probably last year, and a similar thing. I had made so many umpteen calls, and I was telling you about it, and you were like, man, you've made that many calls, and you haven't got anything in the pipeline or anything closed. Like, you need to go back through and start calling those people back. And I think it was to play on what you just said, that, I just hadn't put enough work in yet. You just sometimes got to keep calling and keep calling. And even if you think you got a lot done, you just got to keep going. You can't stop there. So yeah, man.
Yeah. 100%, man. 100%.
But cool. Well, appreciate the time you gave me. I'll leave some time for other Ricky and let y'all get to it.
Yeah. 100%, man. Good chatting with you.
You too, man. Thanks for all you do, man.
Let's bring my guy, Ricky Nelson.
Hey, what's up, Rick? Oh man, thank you so much for having me, brother.
For sure, man. For sure, man. You've been training, man.
Thank you so much.
You in the gym, man? Working on the MMA?
Man, no, I ain't doing none of that.
Come on, man.
I need to though. I tell you, I used to play football. I used to, man, but I'm getting wider, Rick. I'm getting wide here, man. But I need to be in the gym. But no. Speaking of, what you do with your workout? What do you do when you go work out?
Well, I got a home gym, because of COVID. I was going to the real gym and really doing it big. They got all the equipment, all the stuff. So since then, I had to buy all my own equipment and do all my own stuff. So I got one of those dip racks with a pull-up bar. I got that going on. I got one of those stationary bikes that works. Yeah, I got one of those stationary bikes that works your arms too, and I can really hit it hard, like I'm sprinting type deal. And then I got my mother-in-law just got me a punching bag. I'm gonna get it up. I got a bench. I got those dumbbells that sits there, or that you can change the weights. You can it's one set of dumbbells, but you can change it, and it goes from 10 pounds to 70 pounds. So I basically have a set of from 10 to 70s, sitting on one rack. So I got those. What else do I got? I got a bunch of stuff, man. I got ropes, the ropes.
What? Hey, so you really got the gym at your house?
Yeah. I got the gym at my house, man. It's in my, see, I got a 4-car garage. I got 2 garages. It's 2-car garage apiece. So I got one half of one of my garages, and I just made it a gym. I love it, man. But it's cold right now. You know what I'm saying? It's getting cold right now. So I'm not out there as much. I've been doing stuff here inside where it's a regular temperature and stuff. But I'm looking real forward to spring, because I'm ready to get up in that gym right here in my house.
Hey, tell me this here. Is there a philosophy to you working out, or that's just what you've always done, is work out?
You mean in terms of what I do in the gym, or in terms of just
because I've heard some people just work out just to get the mind going or whatnot. And is that what you do, or is it just more of just your routine working out?
No. It's definitely a mental thing, right? Because the thing about working out in the mornings is that nobody is bothering you. Everybody is asleep, because I work out, real early. And so my phone isn't ringing. Nobody's hitting me up. Nobody's awake. Can you guys hear me, see me? Nobody's awake. And so that's like me time. You know what I mean? That's the only time of the day where I can really just focus on me. And I for me, with where I am, I've had a couple injuries and stuff. I like to stretch a lot. I like to hit it as hard as I can. I've worked out all my life, so I know a lot about working out and fitness and nutrition and different things like that. And I just really, really enjoy working out. I love cardio. That's why I got the ropes. That's why I got the bike. That's why, I got some cardio type things because I really love the cardio. But, when you get all that oxygen running through your brain that early in the morning, it opens up your mind, and you're able to think. You're able to think about different things and start to visualize. Like some of my best ideas, I'm telling you.
Oh no, we lost you, Rick. Hey,
Some of my best ideas come when I'm jogging.
Really?
Am I back?
Okay.
Huh? So yeah, like some of my best ideas, for like what kind of videos I want to do or where I want to go with my business or people contacts to make or business ideas to pitch or whatever, or things I want to go after and stuff. Some of my best ideas come to me while I'm jogging.
Rick, I might have to hit the trail, man. Get the jogging now. Which when I played football, I was the guy. We used to call it the fat boy truffle. We used to trot. You're supposed to be jogging, but you're trotting. You're just moving your feet.
Yeah.
So cardio never been my thing, Rick. But I can definitely get more to it.
Yeah.
But so my questions I got for you, and I think I'm the only part-time agent on here. And I haven't always been part-time. I was full-time when I first started 5 years ago. Actually, I came out the gate hot, Rick. Actually knew nothing about real estate at all. From Mississippi. And so, which the part I'm from, real estate, I never even heard of real estate, even saw a for sale sign, Rick, if you believe that. But, so I really reached that point, Robert Kiyosaki. I read his book, and that's why I got into it. So 5 years ago, I got into the game, killing it, brother, like killing it. Out here in Arkansas, where I'm at, we get like 60,000, 70,000. That's normal for a property sale, and that's the market here. But I sold like my first 8 months, man, like 1.8 million and like selling 60,000, 70,000 properties. So I was rocking out. But man, I had made a move, and I don't know, for some reason, Rick, my business stopped. It stopped altogether. And I know it's something that I did, of course, but my business just said stop. So I had to grab a job, and I've been part-time ever since. And honestly, what my question to you, because I know you've been part-time before, you had to grab a job and still be in the real estate as well at the same time. What was your day-to-day at that
when
point
I was doing part-time?
Yeah.
So man, to be honest with you, it was literally 20 years ago when I first started. It took me 8 months to make my first sale. And I was roofing houses, right? So I was roofing houses like Monday through even Saturday. We worked on Saturdays and stuff. And so that's one reason why it took me so long to make my first sale, right? Because I was working so hard on the roof, and I was working like 6 days a week. So for me, like all I could really do is work after work and like on my lunch break, sometimes Sundays and stuff. I'll be honest with you, man. Like as a part-time agent, like I was making calls when I could and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, what got me my first couple deals back then was direct mail.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not even going to lie to you. Like my first sale was my grandma's condo. Right.
Hey, so you cheated, Rick.
But the thing is I closed on another condo the same day. I had 2 closings on the same day. That was my first deal was one day. I closed on my grandmother's. I closed on a beachfront condo, and they closed on the same exact day. And that was my first sale, right? And so that deal that I had that wasn't my grandmother's came from a letter that I wrote. This condo building, I wrote all the owners in the condo a letter, because here's the thing. I'm thinking like I can't call these people after 6 o'clock when I get home, well, because they're eating dinner. I don't want to bother. I don't want to do like an hour or two call session starting at 6 o'clock. Number one. And number two, I'm tired. I've been roofing all day. I've been on a roof since 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, roofing ain't no joke. I'm sorry, guys. Like, you'll probably hear me say roofing and like it's a word, and you probably think, oh, that's a word. No, that's work. Like it's real. Like you're like, shingles are heavy. You're on a roof on top of a house on an incline, trying to hang on for your life and nail shingles onto the side of the place. No. You're tired at the end of the day. The sun's beating on you. And so if we didn't work on a Saturday, or if it was raining, days when it was raining, we didn't roof. Of course, it's raining. You can't roof. Rain's coming down on the roof. You're going to slip. You're going to fall. You can't work. I would make calls during days that it was raining, or if we didn't work on a Saturday or something like that. But what I went really hard with in the very beginning of my career was direct mail. I mean, just straight up, you know what I mean? Because that was a way that I knew that at night I could stuff envelopes, or I could design postcards without bothering people during that time, that I could actually work, but I was actually getting out to people and getting my name in front of people. You know what I mean?
I haven't even thought about that, Rick. Like, wow, thank you for that one. Seriously.
Yeah, but here's another.
That's where I'm at, you know.
Yeah. But here's another one though. Back then there was no social media, right? Back then there was no social media. Today there's social media. So like, social media today is like the direct mail of the future kind of deal. You know what I mean? And so in today's world, I would be crushing social media, at nighttime or whenever I could, around making phone calls, man. I would be direct messaging everybody in my area. I think he froze up for a second. You there? You there?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little choppy.
No, it's all good. Yeah, it's on your end. So look, yeah, like I would be. Listen, I would be direct. I would be direct messaging. I would be direct messaging everybody on Facebook and Instagram that is in my marketplace. Like anybody that's in the population where I live, where you are, I would be direct messaging them, just saying, "Hey, how you doing?" Right? I would just be saying, "Hey, how are you doing?" And have your profile set up.
Okay.
Have your profile set up that, hey, you are a real estate agent. Have your profile set up that says, that's real clear. Like, I'm a real estate agent. I'm looking to help people. Have it in your bio and all that set up real nicely and real professionally, and then just message people. How you doing? 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 How are you doing? And then, you're going to get a few people hit you back, and you're going to get into conversations, just see what you can do to help them. You know what I mean?
Cool. Which I do make my calls. I actually enjoy the phone rate. I enjoy it. I do. And so when I get off work, see, this is what my day look like. Early, like I have to get up like super early, which I don't need to start working now, but super early just to get a couple calls in, because I have to work in the morning too. I have to be at the 9 to 5. So it's super early for calls. I barely get answers early in the morning. Lunchtime, a lot of time I got to choose. Either I'm going to eat or I'm going to make some calls, And then, of course, when I get off at 6, I'm making calls at 6, which, man, people answer the phone at 6 o'clock at night.
They do. They do answer the phone. They do answer the phone. And if you're comfortable making calls right then, listen, man, I'm not saying don't make calls. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying do all you can do. If you can make calls, make calls. Do it all, man. You know what I'm saying? Just do it all. Do what you can do. This is what happens, man. Winners figure out how to make it happen, right? It's different for everybody, right? But there are so many people who succeed. There's so many people who succeed. And if you're not one of the people that succeed, right, then that's on you. That's not on the universe. That's not on the market. That's not on anybody else except for you. You didn't figure out how to succeed. And there's no secret magic bullet or equation to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you've got to figure out based on your situation, right, how you're going to crush it. It's all on you.
I got you, Rick. Which direct mail, that's still a thing right there, brother. I'm gonna get into that in social media, which I haven't done any social media, man. I'm like a dinosaur, Rick, when it comes to it. So I'm gonna definitely get to it. Possibly gonna need to get some help, but I'm gonna figure that out. Hey, my next question: when did you stop being a part-time agent and went full-time, like with the job and all?
Well, the first time around when I made those first 2 sales that same day I was telling you about, later it was like 2 months later because I like once I hit those 2 deals, I started closing 2 a month. So I was closing 2 a month. And so like by the third month I closed 2 a month. I closed 2 a month that third month, and then I had like 2 listings and like showing property and had some clients, and I was like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go full time now. So I think it was like that second or third month that I sold 2 a month in. Once I started selling them, it was like dominoes. Like I started doing 2 a month, 2 a month, 2 a month. So so it was like that second or third month that I hit a sale that I went full time. Only when it's right. Only when the right time to. Only when that, you got to feel it. You got to think, this is it. This is the moment. I feel good about this. I'm going to go, and you just got to go for it. So only you're going to know that when the time's right.
Cool. Hey, so my last question for you, Rick, is what advice would you have for a part-time agent right now? In the market that we're in right now?
Exactly what I said a while ago, man. That look, here's the thing about part-time agents. Okay. You want to know the real truth of it?
Please.
The truth of it is this, man. Why do you want to go full-time?
My time, brother. I want my
What's
time.
that?
I would like my time. My time back.
What do you mean though? If you go full-time agent, what is that going to do for you?
I see my business going skyrocketing. Me being able to do more real estate wise, and shoot, man, me have my life, when you 9 to 5 tied down to that, then you still real estate, man, you ain't got nothing but just that. So what I mean by my time, I would like very much to be able to do this business only, and live how I would like to live.
I understand. But let me bring you back down to reality. All right. When you go full-time agent, it's going to be more than a 9 to 5 now. Right?
Yeah.
It's going to listen.
Yeah. The more money, the harder you're going to have to work, right?
Listen. Exactly. So what you need to do is enjoy this moment while it lasts, because you're fixing to be working your ass off if you're talking about going real estate full-time. What you're doing now is a cakewalk. What you're doing now is a cakewalk. Okay.
Oh,
you're walking in somewhere, you're clocking in, and you're riding the clock out, right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, you're riding the clock out. You get paid no matter how much you produce right now. Okay. No matter how much you produce, no matter how much of an asset you are or aren't to the company right now, you get paid the same amount of dollars. Okay. That's not how real estate is. You only get paid if you produce, right? What you're doing right now, you're living the dream right now. Yeah, you're clocking in. Look, you clocking in and you're getting paid no matter what happens. You're getting paid no matter what happens, right?
Yeah.
You want to switch over to real estate because you're going to be floating on clouds and everything's going to be great. But see, there's going to be an awakening. There's going to be a Ricky Nelson awakening coming real soon when you move towards the full time of an agent, and you're going to realize, wait a minute, like there's going to be a party that says, I think I might want my job back. right? Okay?
Yeah.
Right. And so I need you to understand that when you switch over from the job you have now to real estate full time, you're going to be working even harder and it's going to be much more stressful because when you got deals on the line and your bills depend on those deals going through and you don't have any control if the deals go through or not, that's going to be a lot of stress on you. And you're going to be working hard in a stressful environment. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So listen, this is what I want you to know. This is what I want you to know, right? I want you to go full-time agent, but I want you to realize you're stepping into the lion's den, right? You see this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're stepping into the lion's
Rick,
den.
come on, man. Like, hey, y'all ain't gonna be that good next year, by the way. I'm a Mississippi State fan.
They say it every year. Every year. We lost Jalen Hurts. We lost Tua. Now we're gonna lose Matt. They say it every year. Every year they say
it. Next year, y'all ain't gonna be that good.
All right. Number one preseason. I bet. How much you want to put on it?
Rick, I ain't putting nothing on it, man. Cause y'all.
No, you ain't gonna put nothing on it.
The game is rigged. The game is rigged, man.
The game is rigged.
Hey, that's what you're supposed to say. The game's rigged.
Alabama had 3 people in the top 5 for the Heisman this year.
Bro, that's how it's rigged.
3.
Man, y'all over here got
our quarterback had the best completion rating in the history of the game. History of the game. Our had more receiving yards in the first half of the national championship game than any receiver in the history of the national championship game in the first half. Rick,
ain't nobody trying to talk about Alabama.
Rick.
Alabama football. They ain't all that.
Nah, they're not, dude. They're not.
I'm just hating, Rick. I'm just hating, man.
I know. Hey, that's all you can do. Hey, for real though, man.
Okay.
Hey, good talking to you, man.
It's been awesome. Thanks for having me, Rick.
Yeah, be good, brother. All right, guys. What a show, huh? Woo! I told you guys this was gonna be a doozy. Hey, I enjoyed it. Enjoyed hanging out with you guys for a good solid hour or more. Hope you guys got some value out of the show. Let me know if there's anything I could do to help you. Hit me up on Instagram. Check out my podcast. There's content on my podcast that's not anywhere else. I literally send my team content of all kinds of different podcasts and shows that I do, other people's podcasts, different coaching calls that I have that is content that's not found anywhere else. So go there, give me a 5-star review on iTunes, and we'll see you guys on the next show. I'll be back Tuesday to do live calls. Another live cold call session somewhere. Forget who we got up next week. And then I'll be back next Thursday with another one of these real coaching in real times. Hit me up on Instagram if you want to be on this show. Click the like button, hit subscribe. Let me know what in the world I could do for you. We'll see you guys next time.